नमः हरि ओम ओम सच्चिदानंदरूपाय कृष्णाय क्लिष्टकारिणे नमो वेदान्तवेद्याय गुरवे बुद्धिसाक्षिणे स्तोत्र ओम विश्वं विष्णुर्वषट्कारो भूतभव्यभवत्प्रभुः भूतकृद्भूतभृद्भावो भूतात्मा भूतभावनः. So we saw Vishwam and then we saw Vishnu. The third word, the third name, vaṣaṭkāraḥ. Okay. Now, Parāśara Bhatta accepts this vaṣaṭkāraḥ. Parāśara Bhatta normally gives only one meaning. And mostly that meaning is flicked from one of the choices of Bhagavan Bhāṣyakārā. So when Bhagavan Bhāṣyakārā explains one word, he gives 3-4 choices. So but he picks up one and uses it accordingly. So here Parāśara Bhatta for vaṣaṭkāraḥ says, Sarvam vaṣe svecchānuvarti karoti. Vaṣa, one who brings it under his control, and karoti, and performs. So in that way, he brings it, he interprets it in a different way. Vaṣakanto, with this root word, he interprets it in a slightly different way. One who does everything like that. Okay. Now, Bhagavan Bhāṣyakārā explained this in 4 different ways. One is, they are different kinds of declensions, like through 5th case, through 7th case, and through 3rd case. 3rd case, 5th case, and 7th case. Through three ways he is explaining and another meaning. Meaning, vaṣaṭkāraḥ is vaṣaṭ karoti iti vaṣaṭkāraḥ. That is the simple meaning. So when we say vaṣaṭ, that is what is vaṣaṭkāraḥ. Okay. Now, for whom you do the vaṣaṭ, where you perform that vaṣaṭ, in which for, in where, and for what you perform that vaṣaṭ. Okay, these 3 meanings. Apart from these 3 meanings, he is bringing another 4th meaning, devatā. Vaṣaṭkāraḥ itself is the name of the devatā. Don't break it as vaṣaṭ and kāraḥ. Vaṣaṭkāraḥ is itself a full word, gives the name of the deity. Actually, I think this is the meaning which Parāśara Bhatta should have taken direct. Instead of that, he is trying to meddle with, trying to show off. That's all. I'll explain why I am saying this. So vaṣaṭkāraḥ is one word. Vaṣaṭkāraḥ, since it is a vaṣaṭkāraḥ, akaranta pullinga shabda, so we have to have vaṣaṭkārāya namaha. That is the 4th case. Om vaṣaṭkārāya namaha. Om vaṣaṭkārāya namaha. Om vaṣaṭkārāya namaha. Okay, vaṣaṭkārāya namaha. The funny thing is, with namaha we bring in 4th case, not just with namaha. Namaha swasti swaha swadha alam vaṣaṭ yogacha. For all these words, even including vaṣaṭ. But here the word itself is vaṣaṭ. It is not associated with the word vaṣaṭ. The word itself is vaṣaṭ. So vaṣaṭkārāya namaha. For namaha we are adding the 4th case, not for vaṣaṭ. That is the idea. Anyway, vaṣaṭkārāya namaha. So we'll enter the bhashya. What is vaṣaṭ? See, vaṣaṭ is, let me explain this. A Vedic word which is meaningless, a meaningless Vedic word, which the Vedas prescribe you to chant during the final portion of fire oblation. We call it purnahuti. When you finish the fire oblation, we give a final ahuti. We give a final. We finally throw all the oblation material into it in a pack. So that final oblation, when you do it, normally we say swaha. We say swaha and then we say vaṣaṭ, etc. Okay, that is the for devatā. For devatas we do this. There are different meaningless words like this which Vedas ask you to chant in the yagas and etc., in the fire oblations, etc., which is a vaṣaṭ, 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 śruteḥ, different words. Okay. Now, let us not get into that. That is meaningless Vedic words which needs to be said. That's all. It says you have to chant this, you have to chant that. That's all. Okay. Now, vaṣaṭkāraḥ. Bhagavan Bhāśyakara first says, yaduddeśenādhvare vaṣaṭ kriyate sa vaṣaṭkāraḥ. Yaduddeshena, yasmai, for which devātā, fifth case, for which devātā, uddeshena, for the sake of which devātā, vaṣaṭ kriyate, you perform the vaṣaṭ, you chant the vaṣaṭ. That is what is vaṣaṭkāraḥ. Fifth case, okay, for which devātā, meaning for Indra, Viṣṇuḥ, Rudra, etc., you perform the vaṣaṭ. viṣṇave vaṣaṭ, okay. No. Second meaning. Yasminyajñe vaṣaṭ kriyā, in which fire oblation you perform the vaṣaṭ kriyā, that also is vaṣaṭkāraḥ. Wait. Devatā viṣṇuḥ, vaṣaṭkāraḥ viṣṇuḥ. Okay, there is a relationship. But the fire oblation, directly there is no connection with the Viṣṇuḥ, right? If you think like that, he says, yajño vai viṣṇuḥ iti śruteḥ. Shruti very clearly says, yajño vai viṣṇuḥ. Fire oblation is verily viṣṇuḥ. Viṣṇuḥ is fire oblation. There is another statement, yajño vai rudraha, rudro vai yajñah. There is another statement, say similar, yajño vai rudraha. But here he is bringing yajño vai viṣṇuḥ. We are talking about Viṣṇu Sahasranama, so he is saying Viṣṇuḥ. Okay, that is yatra, yasmin. Yasmin is a seventh case. Yatra satamyaha tral. That is also seventh case. Now yena, third case. Through which or for what? Vaṣaṭ kārādimantrātmanā va devānprīṇayati sa vaṣaṭkāraḥ. Through which vaṣaṭkāra mantra you please the deity, that is also vaṣaṭkāraḥ. Okay, through which vaṣaṭkāra. Or devatā, fourth meaning devatā. You can accept the vaṣaṭkāra word itself to mean a god, deity. I have heard Viṣṇu, I have heard Rudra. I am not talking about you people who are not conversant with the different gods. Even people who know, the Brahmins, they also don't know that there is a vaṣaṭkāra name for God. What is that? Vaṣaṭ, okay, but vaṣaṭkāra itself? Yes, vaṣaṭkāra specifically. How do you know this? It is said in the Aitreya Brahmana, prajāpatiśca vaṣaṭkāraśca, Prajapati and vaṣaṭkāra. Prajapati is a devata, you know, the creator. Vaṣaṭkāra is also one deity. Okay, so in Aitreya Brahmana, it comes Trayastrimshat vai devaha somapaha. Trayastrimshat vai devataha somapaha. This Trayastrimshat, 33 deities are people who drink soma juice. And Ashtau Vasavaha, among them there are 8 Vasus. Vasu, a kind of a group of deities. Prajāpatiśca vaṣaṭkāraśca, and there is Prajapati and Vaṣaṭkāra. There, the Vaṣaṭkāra name itself is a name for devata. Vaṣaṭkāra is Viṣṇuḥ. So that is why he said he should have chosen Vaṣaṭkāra directly as the name for Viṣṇuḥ instead of a. But he has to explain what is the meaning of Vaṣaṭkāra, right? So he has explained it as a sarvam vasham nayati iti, one who brings and everyone, one who is independently taking everyone under control, that is vaṣa. Sarvasya vashi, etc. He is taking those pramana, those statements as one who brings, one who has everything under his control, etc. as pramana. Now, after saying Upanishad pramana, he is bringing a smrti pramana. After shruti pramana, smrti pramana also is given. Caturbhiśca dvābhyāṃ pañcabhireva hūyate punardrābhyāṃ same viṣṇuḥ prasīdatu ityādismṛteśca. This is Vishnu Smrti. In Vishnu Smrti it is said caturbhiśca dvābhyāṃ pañcabhireva hūyate punah dvābhyāṃ. Same Vishnu prasid. Same Vishnu prasidatu. Let that Vishnu be pleased upon me. Why? Why should he be pleased upon you? Because chaturbihi dvābhyāṃ, pañcabhihi dvābhyāṃ punah hūyate. Because I am performing the fire oblation with a 4, 4, 2, 5, 2. What is that? This is how it will be said in the mantra shastras. They won't specifically say the words or the characters. They'll just use these kind of pseudonyms. So here chaturbihi, first chaturbihi, the 4. 4 means it is a O Shravaya. That is the word. O Shravaya. With O Shravaya, they perform the fire oblation. Then chaturbihi, second chaturbihi. Astu Shrauṣaṭ. Astu Shrauṣaṭ. 4 characters. Okay. Dvābhyāṃ. Yajño. Then pañcabhireva, 5 characters, which is a yajamahe. Yajamahe. Yajatirye, like that. In the Dashapurna Masayaga, there is a statement. And again with 2, which is vaṣaṭ. Vaṣaṭ. Okay. So I am performing with all these. So we let that Vishnu be pleased upon me. We have finished vaṣaṭkāraḥ. Next, bhūtabhavyabhavanti prabhuḥ. Okay. bhūtabhavyabhavanti prabhuḥ. One word which has 4 pieces. bhūtabhavyabhavanti prabhuḥ. This is interpreted by Parashara Bhatta as Kala Vashavartinam Swami, one who is the Lord of all the time periods. Okay. Now, or one who exists in all 3 periods. Now, Bhagavan Bhashyakara interprets it in different ways. He says, without depending upon the differences of time, past, present, future, etc., one who exists as the existence, one who remains as the existence. That is what is a Bhavat Prabhuḥ, Lord of the periods, the times. So here the 4th case declension, the application will be Om bhūtabhavyabhavat prabhave namaha. Om bhūtabhavyabhavat prabhave namaha. Om bhūtabhavyabhavat prabhave namaha. If it is Prabhu, it will be Prabhave. If it ends with U, Ave, it will be ending with. That is how the application will be. If it is Aha, the ending will be Aya. Okay? Bhashya. Bhūtabhavyabhavat prabhuḥ. That's the word. Okay? What does that mean actually? What is the vigraha? What is the expansion? Bhūtaṃ bhavyam bhavaccheti bhūtabhavyabhavanti. teṣāṃ prabhuḥ iti bhūtabhavyabhavat prabhuḥ. So, bhūtaṃ, past, bhavyam, future, bhavat, present. Past, future and present, bhavanti. Bhūtaṃ bhavaccheti bhūtabhavyabhavanti. This is iteretra dvandva. This is dvandva samasa. Okay, since it is a dvandva samasa, there are 2 kinds of dvandva samasa. One is always in singular. The other is always according to the number of words. Here there are 3 words. Bhūtabhavyabhavat. Therefore, you will end up with the plural. Bhavanti. Bhūtabhavyabhavanti. And samasa, Shashti Tatpurusha samasa. Okay, there's a compound word. Bhūtabhavyabhavanti plus prabhuḥ. So, inti goes bhūtabhavyabhavat prabhuḥ. That is the word. Okay, bhūtabhavyabhavat prabhuḥ. Prabhuḥ means master, Lord, Swami, God. So, what does he mean? Kālaභēdamanādhrutya sanmatra pratiyogikam aishvaryam tasyeti prabhutvam. Why is he called Lord? Because he is independent of the time, space, the time, etc., the past, present, future, etc., times. Kālaභēdamanādhrutya, without depending upon the time. Sanmatra pratiyogika. Pratiyogika means yasya bhava, about the object about which you are talking about. Okay, so sanmatra, only as existence. Only as existence means see, sat, chit, ananda, we say sat, chit, ananda. The sat is independent, not independent of Chit and Ananda. It is Sat is Chit, Chit is Ananda. They are all same. Okay, that is why he says they are Satchidananda. That is why he says Aishwaryam, that which is the Aishwaryam for which Ishvarasya Bhava Aishwaryam, the glory. So that is what is Prabhutvam. Okay, now next word. Bhutakrit, Bhutabhrit. Now this is one word actually according to the Bhashya, but Parashara Bhatta interprets that it has two words, Bhutakrit and Bhutabhrit. Okay, for him, since it is ending with a consonant, you will have the application as A. Shortcuts these are. The application will be ending in A. Bhutakrute namaha, Om Bhutabhrute namaha, like that. Okay, so Sarvani Bhutani Swadandra Sujati. The idea is he creates everything. Bhutakrut means he creates everything independently without depending upon anything. Okay, Bhutabhrit, Bhr Bharanai, to support. So in that meaning, he is the one who holds all the beings. Bhutani Vibharti iti Bhutabhrit. Okay, so now these are the only two meanings. One is the creator and the other is sustainer, not the destroyer. Rudra is the destroyer, so he is not probably including him here. Okay, so anyway, Bhagavan Bhashyakara does not see any of these dualities. He says, okay, all this, the Brahmaji, the Vishnu, the Rudra, all is that Bhutabhrit, Bhutakrit. How? See, with the Bhutakrit, one who does for the Bhutas, what? The creation and the destruction. Bhutakrit. Okay, so and Bhutabhrit, one who Bhrani, to hold on to, one who supports, sustains all the beings. Okay, so he brings in all the three with this. The meaning, the application for Parashara Bhatta will be Om Bhutakrute Namaha, Om Bhutakrute Namaha, Om Bhutakrute Namaha, and Om Bhutabhrute Namaha, Om Bhutabhrute Namaha, Om Bhutabhrute Namaha. Okay, for Bhagavan Bhashyakara, the application will be Om Bhutakrit Bhutabhrute Namaha, Om Bhutakrit Bhutabhrute Namaha, Om Bhutakrit Bhutabhrute Namaha. Okay, Bhashya. Rajogunam samashritya virinchirupena bhutani karoti iti bhutakrit. Bhu sattayam kri karane. Okay, duk kri karane. With this, he says, adding to bhu sattayam, the existence, and to do, to create the existence of all the beings. That is what is the first meaning. And how does he do? Rajogunam samashritya, depending upon the Rajoguna. Rajoguna is activity. One who creates in the form of Viranchi, etc. is referring to the four-faced Brahmaji, the creator. Okay, so in the form of Brahmaji, one who creates, one who manifests all the beings is a Bhutakrit. That is the first word, meaning for Bhutakrit. The second meaning for Bhutakrit is a Tamogunamāsthāya Chasa Rudratmana Bhutani Krantanti Krunoti Hinasti va Bhutakrit. Tamogunamāsthāya, depending upon the Tamoguna, taking the Tamoguna under his wing, Rudratmana, in the form of Rudra, Bhutani Krantati. This is the word, Kriti Chedana is the root word, to cut. One who cuts, one who destroys, Bhutani Krantati iti Bhutakrit. Okay, then next is Bhutani Krunoti. Krunoti means Hinasti iti. The meaning for Krunoti is Hinasti, because Dukri Karane is the root word there. Here he is bringing Kri Himsayam. Kri Himsayam. Okay, so Krunoti means Hinasti, one who troubles. Destruction, the resolution is not that easy. It is a painful process. That is why he says Krunoti Hinasti, one who creates pain. iti bhutakrita. That's a violent act. So, iti bhutakrita. So, based on rajoguna, he creates. Based on tamoguna, he destroys. What happened to sattva-guna? So, for that is sattva-gunam adhisthaya bhutani vibharti. Based on the sattva-guna, taking the sattva-guna's power, one who bibharti, dubhri dharana poshanayoho. That is the root word. Bhru bharane is one root word. Bibharti will come. Here, dubhri dharana poshanayoho. Two meanings he is taking. Dharana and poshana. To support and to sustain. To nourish. So, dharayati, to sustain. Poshayati, to nourish. Therefore, bhūtabhrit. So, bhūtakrita means the creator and destructor. Bhūtabhrit means the nourisher, the sustainer. Okay? Now, bhūtabhrit. Next word is bhavaha. Bhavaha. Here, Parashara Bhatta explains this as a sarva vibhutibhi viṣiṣṭataya bhavati. One who is existing in all the glories. One who is associated, means as existence in all the glories. He exists in everything. But Bhagavan Bhāṣyakāraḥ interprets it in 4 ways. One, simply existence in the form of creation. Second, one who just remains as existence. Third, the existence-ness. Not next, actually, the existence. Then fourth is the ness, existence-ness. We'll explain each one of them. We'll understand each one of them. I'm just giving a general idea. So here, bhavaha is the pullinga. So for the word ending with aha, we said aya. Om bhavaya namaha. Om bhavaya namaha. Om bhavaya namaha. Om bhavaya namaha is the application. Okay? Now, first meaning. Prapancharupena bhavati iti bhavaha. Prapancharupena bhavati. One who exists in the form of bhūsaṭṭāyam bhavati, from the root word bhūsaṭṭāyam, to exist. One who exists in the form of the creation. Okay. Now, how? Where did he create? Who created and how did he create? With what material? So, we have to explain the material cause and the instrumental cause. Upadana karana and nimitta karana. Material cause, the clay. Instrumental cause, the potter. Who is the clay and who is the potter? Who is the material cause and who is the instrumental cause? They are both same. That is why we call the Brahman as abhinna nimitta upadana karana. Brahman is one which is both material cause as well as instrumental cause. Okay, so in the form of prapancha, one who transforms himself into both material cause and instrumental cause for creation of the existence, for existence of the creation, he is bhavaha. Okay, then second, kevalam bhavati iti eva va bhavaha, or you can just say existence. Just remains as existence. One who just remains as existence is a bhavaha. Meaning existence which is not different from, which is identical with the bliss and the consciousness, knowledge. Okay, so that is the existence we are talking about. Meaning sadeka rasa, one who is of the same essence. Okay, of existence. The third meaning is bhavanam bhavaha. Bhavanam, to be. To be means in the form of creation means there is a transformation. To be, because jayate asti. Second is asti, the second type of bhavikara. To be means it is a transformation. Transformation means it will undergo destruction. So there will be a problem. So for that we say no, it is not transformation. It is the existence in all the being. Existence in all. That is why he says sattatmakaha va, existence-ness. The ta is a nas. So either it can be ta or tva. Tva, we have in Sanskrit, we say tvantam, klipam, talantam, striyam. When it is ends with tva, it will be tvam. When it ends with ta, it will be ta. Sattvam, satta, ghatatvam, ghatata. Both are same. Okay. In one word in neutral gender, the other word in feminine gender. That's the only difference. Okay. So if we say ghatatvam, sattvam, you mean it is neutral gender. If you say satta, it is feminine gender. Okay. Now here he says sattatmaka, that existence, nas. So if it is twa or ta, it is nas, the class. Now there is one more important thing which we have to understand. Satta, though we use the word satta, it is not accepted as a class. What is class actually? That which exists in multiple things generally. That similar thing which exists in multiple things. That is what is called as class. Like the cow nus exists in all the types of cows. So any cow will have cowness. Any goat will have goatness. Whatever kind of goat it is, it will have goatness. Any kind of pot, small, big, whatever size, whatever style, they will have potness. Okay. Similarly, existenceness. What is existenceness? Why do you have to say existenceness? Let us say there is pot exists, cloth exists, table exists, ceiling exists, ground exists. There is so many existence though. It can be class, right? No. Because we have a jati bādaka sangraha, 5 things which negate the class. If there is only one, there can be no class. Since the self is one, it cannot have existenceness, class. Existenceness we say, but it is not really a class, as you see in potness, etc. Then like what? Do you have similar example for existenceness, selfness? Yes. Cloudness, skyness. Sky, akasha, is one. It is not class. Though you have pot space, room space, etc., they are inevitably identical with the absolute space, mahakasha. Okay. So class, there is no class in akasha. Akashatva, though we say, it does not have any class. Similarly, even though when you say satta, existenceness, it is not a class. Then why do you say anusyuta dharma? It is seemingly associated with many things. Seemingly. Why do we have to say seemingly? Because if there is a transformation of clay into pot, like clay into pot, there is a transformation. Similarly, if the self, being material cause, transforms itself into the creation, then there is a possibility of it being a class. But it is not a transformation, parinama, it is a vivarta. Vivarta means seeming transformation. There is no real transformation, there is unreal transformation, seeming transformation. So, in the seeming transformation, there can be no class. Only in the real transformation, there can be class. In seeming transformation, there will be no class. That is also another explanation for a satta, for not being class. Okay. So next is a bhūtātmā, bhūtabhavam. 2 words. We will see this. Om purnamadah purnamidam purnāt purnamudachyate purnasya purnamadaya purnameva vashishyate. Om shanti shanti shanti.